Hi Cancer, welcome to your April reading. I feel like this month for you is going to be particularly love oriented, and what I mean by that is that a lot of the focus this month is shifting on your relationship troubles. So the way that you see fixing your problems, the way you're approaching your problems in your romantic life or lack thereof, your approach to commitment and other people in your life's approach to commitment, because we have Mars in your 7th house. So that is your house of partnerships and one-on-one relationships. But Mars is kind of an aggressive energy, but it's great for chemistry and it's great for building tension in a good way, but also building tension in a bad way. With also the Venus situation, Venus is in Taurus, that's a very compatible sign with you. So we have opportunities for love and we have opportunities for new friendships coming in and things like that. But with all the cardinal energy in the air, the Aries energy, the full moon just passed, the blue moon just passed in Libra, you may be feeling a little bit off just right now. That's to be expected for the cardinal signs, but by the end of the month, whenever the sun's moving into Taurus, you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable. Jupiter is also retrograding in your house of true love and romance. So some of you may have been going through quite tricky breakups, and some of you may have been thinking about past lovers, possibly earth signs, or people you used to work with. So we'll see what's going on for you, Cancer. So you can get all this energy out in the air and see what's going on. So, first card we have 6 of Swords. So moving forward from something, moving from one chapter in your life out into another. 6s for me are generally about moving from negative periods into more positive periods. They're about growth and they're about expansion, but they're also very spiritually fulfilling and rewarding. We had it crossed by the 7 of Wands, so someone may not be wanting you to go, someone may not be wanting you to grow, someone may not be wanting you to expand. I'm feeling like it's a relationship that was recent enough, or potentially a work situation where you had to choose between 2 jobs, may have had to choose between 2 people, or simply just making a choice between 2 options. The 2 of Wands is kind of it's a typical choice card, making a choice between 2 things. It's kind of as straightforward as that. It's the surrounding cards that's going to make that a little bit more obvious and a little bit more clear. But with the World card here, something's either reached a completion or you are traveling, because the 6 of Swords is very travel oriented. With the Death card, it can be Scorpio energy, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. Lovely. Okay. 5 of Wands. Okay. So already I'm starting to see tension in your life building into something so much more fulfilling, building into something greater. Okay. So I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the cards. And yep, there we go. Let's see. So what I'm getting here immediately for you, Cancer, is a pretty big transformation, okay? So that's not to be scared of. We're going from past energy, Ace of Cups, into the Death card, transformation. We've got the World card, which is completion, and things coming full circle. So this can be a really positive thing. The World is typically like a graduation card, graduating from one part of your life into another. And whenever that happens in a relationship and changing, it means that you've done what's right in order to move forward. It's not like it's the Tower card where everything just falls apart and you have to build up the pieces again. The World card means you've graduated. It means you've done something right, okay? So something has gone right for you. You're getting what it is that you want. So in terms of relationships, I feel like with the Jupiter aspect, things can seem a little bit hard on you at times. Communication can seem a little bit hard on you at times, but with the Death card, you may be going through a transformative period where you decide enough is enough in terms of the relationships you've gone for before. You know, the world, it's round. The world goes round and round and round. And a lot of the time, people don't stop to see where they are. They're more worried about what's going to happen. They're worried about what has happened. They've regrets of what they did before. They've concerns they're not going to do the next thing right. You know, it's a step-by-step process. They're not really stopping to look where they are because the world keeps turning. So we're always taught that no matter what happens, the world goes on without you. The world keeps turning. A new day is a new day, whatever. But with the Death card, you know, death, like, what ends does go on, okay? So if a relationship in your life is ended, or is in the process of ending, this is sort of like a symbol to let you know that things are going to change and you won't be stuck in this particular situation forever. You won't be stuck with this energy forever. What's going around is going around, it's going around, and the world will keep turning with or without this person. So you may be dealing with an ending, you may also be dealing with a Scorpio person, okay? So you don't have to be, this can represent an ending. It depends which it is for you. So financially, I feel like you have a little bit of concerns here. I'm feeling like you want to be more comfortable where you are. You want to feel more, for the women in particular, you may be hoping to feel a little bit more feminine. You may be hoping to feel a little bit more happy with what you have, because there's kind of an internal battle here from what I can see of whether or not you think you're enough for the next phase of your life, or whether you feel like you're ready to go forward. Because a lot of the time you can prepare and you can prepare and you can prepare for something, but if you're not ready for it, it won't happen. You know, there's that old saying, jump and the net will appear. So, you know, you can be completely ready for something on paper, but mentally, spiritually, you're not ready for it. I'm feeling like that's where some of you are. So you're not ready for the next chapter, but it's, you know, it's ready for you. It's just a matter of you saying, I'm going to do this. It's like the actual scariest part is the jump, right? So Cancer, what are the messages for Cancer? Messages for Cancer. What are the messages for Cancer in April? April Cancer messages. Let's see. Temperance. Okay, so this spiritual, being spiritually ready is finding a balance, finding a calmness, and finding a confidence in your assessment of your situation. Okay, so where you are right now, being confident enough to decide it. You may be feeling like there's somebody in your life who's a bit more domineering, somebody who seems a little bit more confident, and you're like, why can't I take that actual approach to my life? You know, you're sort of scared of this person, but at the same time, there's things from them that you want to emulate in your life. So it's kind of the equivalent of having a role model. That's the way I see temperance crossed by another person. It's like, it's not having the exact confidence that you need to progress in a particular area, and finding someone whose characteristics you can draw on, or someone whose advice you can draw on. You know, it's taking a person in history, or someone you know that you can take quotes from, you can learn from experience, and you can see them in order to move forward. It's finding a suitable spiritual guru, someone that you can learn from, and someone that you can take their advice at times. You know, but it's not feeling like you come up short in comparison to this person. Okay, so in the past we have the Seven of Swords. So I'm sensing a relationship that had some lies and deceit and a little bit of manipulation. This came up for Capricorn too, in this exact position, like exact position. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit. This also came up for Capricorn in that position. I feel like some of you were in a particularly harmful relationship that was very much on and off. Should I stay or should I go? I feel like there were lies, and I feel like there were deceits, and I feel like it was very shocking for you, because I think you suspected that this was a start in your love life that was a brand new chapter for you, and then there was a little bit of disappointment there that you found very hard to move forward from. With the World card and the High Priestess, you know, these are very positive major arcana. Okay, so reaching completion, but this is again what I mean about spirituality and finding spiritual gurus, like finding someone who you admire. Okay, and this can be anybody. This can be a celebrity, this can be an author, this can be just someone whose practices in life you really admire, and someone who seems to have an approach to things or experience similar past experiences in the way they've handled things. There's no harm in drawing some inspiration from others at this time in your life if you're feeling a little bit lost. Because you're going under a very, very intense transformation. This is very much that phoenix rising from the ashes type combination here. We have the Queen of Cups, which can typically be your Cancerian energy. With the Death card, as I said before, it can be a Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So signs are either there or they're not. You know if that's for you, but it might not be. So this, I feel like, is a transformation of self. Casting out the people in your life that just became mere ghosts. If you've been in a relationship or a situation that made you feel like a ghost of yourself, I feel like you're finally waking up from that. And I feel like you're finally turning your back on what wasn't working, or finally moving forward from an actual ending. Okay, so it's like moving forward and being certain of your direction. She's walking away from this. Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. King of Cups. You may be dealing with a fellow water sign person. A Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Could be to do with your work life, or it could be someone who's offering you something more stable in terms of romance. You're so afraid of getting hurt, though, that it's giving you anxiety. It's keeping you awake at night. So it's like Hierophant underneath. Again, questions of communication and commitment that I had talked about with that Mars energy. So wanting to push a commitment possibly on somebody, and for some of you, you may push them too far and it may end. For others, you may be having these conversations about actual commitment, but you can't rush these things, right? So, you know, if you're feeling like you want something to move in a particular direction, you have to find a way of communicating your needs without being too, without the ultimatum of I'll go. Okay, so if you don't do this, I'll leave. Don't be doing the ultimatums this month, Cancer. Six of Swords, moving forward, fine, you want to move into the next stage. Do it with balance and doing it with perspective. For those of you that are dealing with a fire sign person, bridging the gap between water and fire sometimes can be quite tricky. And it takes balance, and it takes seeing things from somebody else's point of view, okay? So if you want to move into the next period, you want something to be more solid, it's coming across as being offered to you, but it's not. It's like it's not enough, or you're worried that the same thing's going to happen again, and you're living too much in your head, Cancer, is what I'm getting. So you may be with the greatest person in the world, but even if they're offering you stuff and your perspective is skewed, you're not going to be seeing it for what it is. I see someone giving you what you want this month, and you're not fully prepared to see it for what it is, right? So Cancer, April, what are the messages for Cancer for April? Messages for Cancer for April. Cancer, April, Cancer, April. Yeah, fire sign, okay, so that was what I was just talking about. Bridging the gap between you and a fire sign. Ooh, Six of Cups. Could be somebody from the past. Somebody from the past that you did a bit of battle with. Nobody really came out of that a winner, by the way. It seemed like nobody could really move forward because you both had very different perspectives. Maybe it ended and they're coming back to say they want to talk about it now. Or they want to try and bridge that gap. But you may be completely done with this person from the Death card here. You may be completely over this. Page of Wands, yeah, fire sign. Empress. You didn't feel enough for this person. You felt like you were coming up short. So you weren't feeling like you were very much in control of this relationship. You were feeling like you were a little bit undervalued, underappreciated, and you felt like you had a complete different perspective on things, and you felt they were quite immature. They kept you out in the cold. They made you feel kind of lonely. Page of Pentacles. In terms of your work life, Cancer, you may be offered an opportunity with a job that's way better, or you may be offered an opportunity abroad. Okay, so you may be having the opportunity to travel. Hope is being restored for you. So we have the Death card, the Queen of Cups. You're going from a period of darkness into a period of pure delight. Okay, so pure optimism, hope, and you know we have two wish cards here. So wishes are going to be granted. Great things are going to be happening for you. Strength card. You may be traveling to meet a water sign, or traveling to meet someone who's very suitable for you romantically. They may be in a different country. They may be in a different city. I feel like there's a compatibility going on here. Also a Leo energy coming through. There's a Strength card in the Page of Cups. So it suggests someone who's offering you some strength in your love life and offering you support. Maybe someone's stepping up to the plate when you don't feel like you can. So Seven of Pentacles, watching something grow. And the Queen of Swords underneath. So be careful not to cut yourself off just to protect yourself, Cancer. I know that Cancerians, when they're upset and they're withdrawn, they go into their shell and they hide out a little bit. But you're being offered great things this month. There's going to be a couple of things happen to you that you're like, I can't believe that happened. Like, you're so excited about it. Like, I really, 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 really wanted that. But you've had to go through this period of darkness first. So it may seem like a long way until July when Jupiter just goes direct in your romance house, but I feel like there's romantic energies coming backwards. Well, not coming backwards, they're coming forward from the past, right? So that's back to front, front to back, whatever. They're coming back for a second chance, and you may or may not, it's your call whether or not you want to try that, but someone's definitely coming back to offer you a solution. And they're promising to be stronger, okay? So someone's coming forward that wants to reunite. Someone's coming forward that finally sees a way that something can work, even though there were things like distance, there were things like incompatibilities, different approaches, possibly different religions, things like that coming through. They're offering you an opportunity to move forward, and you're worried about it instead of celebrating it, I guess. You're like, I feel like I was done with this. I feel like I've put this to bed, but have I? Jupiter retrograding in your house of true love is going to be tricky. It's going to be second goes at things. Not everything can work out, but a lot of the time Jupiter likes to bring back people where there was a chance, because there's a chance here with the star card. You're going from a period of destruction into a period of hope, and it's going to be a really beautiful thing for you, Cancer, but you have to make sure your attitude's right, you know what I mean? Like, if you're having sleepless nights, figure out ways to combat that. Exercise more, eat better, write things down, journal, talk about things. Don't be cutting people off because you're like just living in your head. Get out of your head and get speaking to people, get doing things, get traveling. Find a spiritual guru, find someone that you can really take wisdom from. And then you'll start to see so much growth in your life. You'll start to see the fruits of your labor. You'll be able to see spring finally. You'll feel like a more refreshed and more rejuvenated version of yourself than you have done in a long time. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, Cancer. I will see you in May for your May reading. Take care. Bye.